Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday, 29th of November. So let's kick off, have a look at these markets. So start off looking at the risk factors coming into the market. If I click on the right buttons, there we go. So today, of course, this week is non-farm payrolls week, so we've got that to look forward to on Friday. Aside of that, there are a few events, but this morning and today, well, this morning there's nothing of, there may be a few odd speakers suddenly appear from nowhere. We got some very light data. I had to go down the scale here to find this. Very low, lacks any market making or movement. The impact is very low, basically. We have got people speaking 8 p.m. this evening, etc. We've got Lagarde speaking at 5:15. Due to speak at the site about science diplomacy. There we go. You can see their low-key events. So there we go. Nothing really significant enough. Bank of Canada governor speaking at 7 p.m. this afternoon, maybe this evening. That may get things rolling. Actually, let's just bring that on whilst I'm there. Let's just look at what's been happening out there in the yield front to this world. And let's get rid of that. I guess I don't want that on. And what we on a year? Okay, year. Let's just bring this down to seeing what happened. So come last Friday, we've seen the yields dropping a little, but the yields fell down significantly, seeing the dollar under the hammer last week. Saw money moving to safety, basically, pushing towards the yen. The yields, as I say, dropped. Yields started picking up again this morning, so we'll see if the dollar starts picking up. Let's start off with the euro, and you can see the dollar's having its effect. In fact, why not? Let's just have a quick glimpse of the dollar index. As we're here, he says, with no dollar index coming on. So there you go. That was the dollar index on Friday, selling off the inverted euro, as I like to call it, catching a bounce off its R3. And bouncing again at the moment, and here's the inverted. Here's the euro for real, and looking quite bearish. So obviously, I say obviously, but that was driven by the new variant of the virus and panic surrounding that on Friday. It's looking quite different case at the moment. I guess the question this morning, I'm just looking at this 4-hourly, is whether it finds support on the euro here, or whether we get a reversal and a proper another reversal to the upside. We've got the higher low coming in here. There's already sort of signs of action, sort of potential. It's broke, it confirmed the higher low on the 4-hourlies and looked a little bit more bullish, but you see it's dropping through its pivots, it's dropping through its moving averages at the moment, and does look potentially on the soft side again as things settle down. The pound, no different in terms of a lot of the movement. Quite a spinning top at the bottom there. On the dailies, it's not bounced quite the same to quite the same extent. And quite choppy where it's sitting on the 4-hourlies and hourlies. It's really had its move, and then it's stalled for now. Perhaps it's again, it put a higher low in back here, so maybe it has got more upside. It's got a weekly pivot above, maybe more upside there, but I'm really looking maybe even on the break of the current candle low somewhere around that region to see if it breaks down that way and continues to the downside. Yen, well, so the yen, actually money didn't run to the yen on Friday. It ran just about, it did, sorry, this is dollar yen. It did run to, just get my brain in gear this morning. Yeah, solid day. Bounced this morning through the Asian session on the open. Probably a bit of divergence sitting across the lows here. There we go, there's the divergence sitting across the lows there. And again, this is questions, is it going to start pushing back upwards? Just how the market digests, and the more that's known about the current virus strain, the more relaxed people tend to get, or more worried they become. Certainly the changes and more potential lockdowns is not necessarily good for the commodity market, but and equity market, but we'll see. Aussie dollar already was in a downward turn, and well, the commodity markets, they didn't make a gain on Friday the same way. We just saw really just a blip, and then it carried on selling, so the money certainly wasn't going towards the commodity markets. Bouncing back a little bit at the moment. In fact, a run back to that weekly pivot may look attractive for further downside. Okay, Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar here. Gap down overnight there, as we saw actually money again. This gave away the money. Again, commodity money, the money running away from the commodity currencies, gaining a little bit at the moment. But again, this could be reversed. There is a bit of a gap there. Traders might look at that, see a continuation. It was already running up largely, although we put a lower high in earlier part of the week there, but just not holding on to it. Certainly coming into Friday, pushing up. And just looking at the hourly, there's the huge gap. Not really a lot to learn from that. Right, okay, New Zealand dollar. Just see what's happened here on all the majors again. Sell off on Friday. The money wasn't to be going in that direction. Choking away a little bit here, consolidating. Really well, could go either way. As it sits, the trend is very much to the downside. We could see a rollover, but just not going. We could just come back out. It's just really in the downward trend at this stage. If it was to get back to that weekly pivot, maybe it'd be a shorter game. Right. So money flows really towards the yen, the euro, the pound, away from the commodity markets and the dollar. On Friday, we could see that revert, or some of that reverse today. Right, let's have a look at commodities themselves then. Gold, he says. So let's have a look from the daily outwards. So caught a bit of a bounce on Friday, but never managed to hold into it, and it gave most of it away on the same day. I should imagine there had been a lot buying into this as it was pushing up there, only to see their profits diminish during the afternoon there, and eventually being back into a negative roll. It had been running over from the beginning of the week, so it wasn't like it just went down. So it's just soft there, just not holding too well. Just looking at the shorter time frames here, 60-minute time frame for gold. At the moment, to me, it's settling, looking like it may go back down towards that monthly pivot. So looking soft. Right, and oil. Don't need oil if you can't move around, do you? There you go. Friday. This is the effect of COVID on oil. Demand drops significantly. We saw the move there. Huge move around there, relatively. How many dollars came off there? Several, 9 or so, probably 10 at one stage. Bit of a bounce at the moment. I think we got OPEC meeting at some stage this week, so we could see a little bit more driven up. But so long as this the unknown sitting there, I think it's possibly more of a sell on oil if it sets up. At the moment, well, it's just seeing a bit more of a bounce, a break back above $72. Could see it rally some more. We just don't know what OPEC are going to do. Whether they can say, well, we'll stop it increasing production with what's going on here, and that could see oil fly quite quickly. Right, looking at the other markets then. Let's go out to equity markets open. Yep, good. All of them. So the CSI 300. Well, it's caught the bounce effectively. It gapped largely down there, but bounced this morning. The Nikkei again, it's sort of got there, but the fear in the market is here, particularly in Asia. It seemed quite high, and well, it filled the gap, and that's it. But looking still quite well, gone from what was at one stage looking like it had some potential to quite a bearish looking market. FTSE this morning catching the bounce. We see the sell-off on Friday. That's one hell of a sell-off there. The bias of commodity stocks, etc., probably not helping the situation for the FTSE. And well, there we are. That's the effect of such, but not just held back. The DAX 40 there also selling off quite strongly, bit of a bounce, and the CAC 40 again. Similar grounds here. These might start making up, and all these markets, and we're looking at the S&Ps pushing through at the moment. Again, driving back up there. I remember on Thursday there, just saying you never know, maybe next high. Well, there wasn't one for there for sure, and it's put a lower high in it. There is weakness, without doubt, at the top of this current market on the particularly S&Ps I'm looking at here. There is a sign of weakness. How far that goes, whether we get back up there, I wouldn't bet against it, unfortunately, at the moment. I'm still thinking that the money's going to be pushing back into equities for a while, but there is the weakness. Nasdaq there put a lower high in on Friday, but it was before that it was on its route back up again. It was making a bit of a recovery, as was the Dow Jones. So those markets making a recovery. How well did the cryptos hold on to this bang? Well, they too sold. Dollar strength there in this particular case. The profits may be taken there. Whatever it was, it feared. There was a fear, but we did come back to that daily 100. We saw how it held on pretty well here. We'll see how it does now. Saturday, Sunday's trading, holding firmish and looking a little bit more positive. I'm not convinced that this is a complete bounce yet. We'll see. I'd need to see a higher low somewhere in that to be convinced that's we're going to see some more side. Ethereum didn't sell off quite so drastically. Still made a lower high, so on the bigger scale of things here, but bouncing back this morning as well. Ripple really struggling. It might be a value time here. We'll see, but it's just found the horizontal support as much as anything else there, around the whole number of 0.9. So there we are. Okay, that's it for me for this morning. I wish you a great day's trading. If you're trading, I hope everything goes well with you, and I will catch you in the morning. Bye for now.